Hey everybody, we're the Phantom Troop, and we're back.
God damn it.
To rewatch JJK episode 9, because we messed it up. We did not have our audio playing that whole time. But we're going to release the no audio version of our reaction on the Patreon, so check that out.
If you want to stare at us in silence for 50 minutes. Hey Julie Bean, I'm sorry, I gotta take away your new toy. Come here. She's smart enough to know she's not supposed to have it.
I know what to do. Stuff it right in between here, so you'll never get to that.
Well, that's not an incentive.
What?
I said that's not an incentive.
To go behind us.
Yeah, just to be burrowing. Work, 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 slay. Yas.
Yas.
Yas. I don't know if you can say that.
I can say
I'm
yas.
just kidding.
I say yas all the time.
Oh, that makes it okay. I only say yas when I'm singing along to songs. My God. Don't worry, guys. You're going to get to hear plenty of Julie Bean chewing on a treat for the first few scenes. The episode before this was nothing. It was boredom, right?
Yeah.
It was everybody but Yuji. And this one, we're going to get to see Yuji. And luckily for me, I never remember what happened. So I just get to watch it all over again.
For real, not sarcastically. Like, I wish I could forget so many things and start over.
If I could forget Hunter x Hunter, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Well,
I like paying attention to the details on rewatches though, because then there's stuff that I'm like, I'm not sure I did remember that after all this time.
True.
yeah.
It's like I watched Avatar when I was like in high school, and then I didn't watch it again for 10 years.
Huh.
My age is showing.
Yeah, James Cameron's influential movie.
Avatar.
Yeah,
The submarine guy?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
submarine
that's what
guy.
I'm talking about.
I think he'd appreciate being called that.
He's not quite the level of a marine. He's like a submarine.
Happy Veterans Day.
Okay. Was that today?
No, it was this weekend.
Oh. All right, let's watch the episode.
All right.
Because we have wasted enough time fucking about.
I'm gonna say it. I hate his whole plotline right now. In this
His whole
episode.
plot?
I hate all his scenes.
He's not incredibly likable, I guess.
I don't know what it is. I just
I was thinking about this more, and it confuses me the more I think about it. What he's saying.
Yeah, you said that, so you were like,
Oh, yeah, he hates himself.
Our last watch through, Austin was like, oh, he hates himself so much more than he hates other people, whatever. And it's like, that's really the thing. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't get it at all.
No.
I didn't get it at
I
all.
don't think that's true. I think I was completely wrong. Uh-oh.
And last episode, he was like, oh, you can see me?
Yes.
In the
That's the last
alleyway?
thing we saw.
And they're watching Marvel's Werewolf by Night.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's what they're watching.
Wow.
the shape of one's soul creates the body.
Huh.
Oh, eugenics?
No.
In a lab deep within the mountain. Oh, that's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie.
I was like, he did this? This was so confusing. It really looks like that he pops in through the screen because of that cut right there.
That was me in the movies the other day. Titus calling me.
Yeah, his power is a lot like Zazan's power from Hunter x Hunter. Ooh.
And his first instinct is, follow them. I need to be wherever they are. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked up. If he could kill everyone who hated him. I don't know, maybe he's lying to himself.
He doesn't hate anyone. He doesn't care about them. He just doesn't understand why they care about him so much. Why they hate him so much. Every time we get to the... Not every time, but so often we get to the intro, and I'm like, oh, we're like pre like opening.
Yeah. Well, that was a long beginning sequence. I want to see Megumi's ability so bad.
Huh.
They keep teasing it. They keep teasing his ability.
Yeah.
Every time he's like...
He's like, fine, I'll do it. And everyone's like, oh. And then he just like falls asleep or
he's
whatever.
like, nah, never mind.
Residual. Never mind.
Taint. So you can track curses, and you can know what they're around by just feeling it.
I like this guy. I forgot his name.
I love how Gojo's obsessed with him.
He's that quiet guy everyone loves.
Well, he doesn't give Gojo the respect that everyone else does, so I think it's like the water thing, filling the gap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bro, the styles. That's right, Gojo. Get out of here.
Huh? Ooh, it's right there. I just saw that. Didn't see that last time.
Creepy.
Lunchbox. The regret of not eating lunch.
I wish they'd let us see that guy in the background so we could, you know,
that'd be freaky.
be smart with him too.
The little despairs. Oh yeah, I'm an adult.
They stopped carrying my favorite drink mix at the Walmart.
Literally.
The melon one.
You're an adult now. I've never seen an ability like this in anime. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
It is not one of my favorite.
I think it has the potential to be really, really cool if used in the right context.
Yeah, he's saying like the critical hit factor is the value.
I don't get that. Like, revealing the information about your abilities makes your abilities stronger?
Well, he was saying, like in earlier context, they were talking about how pacts create power, right? Is that like a general concept?
So pacts are kind of work like conditions in Hunter x Hunter.
That's my understanding, anyways. But I don't know. This dog. That's what he did.
The Fortnite emote.
That face.
It comes up slow. Ooh. Irregular flow of cursed energy. That's so weird.
Yes.
I wonder if it manifests slowly because it's like Sukuna's cursed energy and not necessarily Yuji's. I don't know.
Sounds like he just doesn't know what he's doing yet.
I don't know. He's saying it's like unique. Yeah.
Watch.
That art was so good. The art shift there.
Don't worry, protagonist. You're still perfect.
I feel like she's just saying that. I think was crying.
It was.
共通認識のあるイフのイメージは強力な呪いとなって軽減しやすい。でも人々が常に恐れているのはそんなおとぎ話じゃないだろ。
Is there a curse of death? Just plain death.
君との会話はストレスがなくて助かるよ。
Jump straight to natural disasters. My first thought was like being alone. Like, I don't know, like existential stuff.
Being different?
森を、海を恐れてきた。それらに向けられた呪力は大きすぎるがゆえに、形を得る前
We
に
know those guys.
今まで生き
The primordial curses. That's pretty dope.
誇らしい俺の仲間さ。
They're all his friends.
この人さんは何の呪いなんですか？
What was that?
俺は人が人を憎み
It's like a
恐
marble.
れた心から生まれた呪いだよ。
So he's the fear of hatred? Or he's the manifestation of hatred?
I'm like more confused the second watch.
犯人はその気になれば残念なんて残さずに現場を立ち去れるはずです。私たちはまた誘い込まれています。単身乗り込むリスクと虎杖君を連れて行くリスク、前者を選んだまでです。
Too noble.
彼はまだ子供ですから。
なんだ先生、
虎杖君、
言い忘れてた。気をつけてね。
虎杖君。
What a genuine kid.
私は教師じゃないので先生はやめてください。
ちょ、ナナミ。
引っ叩きますよ。
There's
ここからは車を降りますよ。行きましょう。
just always parking wherever they need it. Aren't they in Tokyo?
I don't know much about Tokyo, I'll be honest.
I ain't never been in
Do
no
people
Tokyo.
drive a lot? I thought it was... There shouldn't be a lot of driving in Tokyo.
Oh, what? What? It just showed up again. It did that.
It's like...
It did that last time.
I forgot the intros and outros exist.
Was he saying that he is the manifestation of fear?
That was my question, was like, is he the manifestation of hatred, or is he the manifestation of the fear of hatred? Which would work in line with the character's story, like the kid. It's Stroll, not Scroll.
Yeah.
遠慮します。
He's obsessed.
マジで大事な話があるんだって。
それは大変だ。
まだ何も言ってないよ。
The fact that this is Gojo. The most powerful sorcerer.
Satoru.
Nanami makes him insecure. He feels a little insecure.
Oh god. Classic. The little tiny things, little fairies in the cage that were little curses.
Yeah.
That's so. That's to see if the kid can see them.
Oh, okay.
It's such a small amount of stuff happened. We really got the backstory of this other character, which I feel like we keep getting introduced to characters. I feel like if I was reading, it's like the manga, if I'm like flipping through it and reading, that I have more time to process. And like I can look at a thing and be like, that's so and so, and I can flip ahead and the person talks again. I'm like, who is that? And I can flip back. But like here, it's just like every episode, here's a new person for you to know.
We got to know more about the people we already met, the curses we already met. That they're...
Oh yeah, that they're primordial curses.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that the primordial curses can talk, and that's unusual. It's like curses can't talk, but then Gojo fights Jogo, and he's like, this curse is like intelligent and can talk to me, and that's important.
Well, sometimes curses talk, because we hear like the curse that says detergent, and like earlier in episode 3, we heard a curse that came out and said...
Well, we found out that wasn't a curse. That was a transfigured human.
Yeah, that wasn't a curse, but earlier in episode 3...
Yeah.
We encounter a curse who's talking about receipts, and like they worked at a retail place.
But not talking about them, just like repeating.
Yeah, but I think by talk it just means like not like
having
a parrot
clear
can
communications.
Talk.
Yes.
Yeah. The other curses don't seem to have like a sense of personal identity, and they don't seem to. They don't seem to recognize the personality in others. The primordial curses do. They can talk, and they're like making plans and coordinating with each other. This guy is also capable of that stuff, but he's talking about humans do this, humans do that, and he's like a curse ish person. He seems to be like a curse.
He's
And
a
like,
primordial curse too.
Yeah, he's like reading a book. Yeah, well, and do you know what the primordial curse? What he's the primordial?
He said that he's the curse born out of people's hatred for each other.
Hatred. So he is the curse of hatred.
Of people's hatred for each other.
Yeah,
because I
fear of
feel
that
like
hatred.
hatred can be its own apparition, which is the
Of
book that he
fear.
was reading from. Is like all these different Japanese apparitions that he's saying like the sorcerers are watching out for this,
And
he's like
hatred
they miss us
because they what?
Well, they form before they have a body, is what he was saying. That's what Mahito said.
I see.
He said we gained wisdom before we took form.
Oh man,
I see.
Yeah. Damn, that was a lot.
Yeah.
People do get really confused about the system in this thing, but I think Gege bases a lot of it on science and mythology, just stuff that I'm like, oh, this makes sense. It's just magic.
And hatred is something that's actually born from fear, like generally speaking.
That's what George Lucas taught me.
Who's George Lucas? Oh, Star
Star
Wars.
Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate is the pathway to talking about Tolkien, who his whole thing. Now I'm learning more very vaguely and very slowly about like the Tolkien verse and all of the reality behind all of his writing and stuff like that, and that like all the characters who are like higher beings like the Ishtari, like Gandalf and stuff like that, like he's like a wizard and stuff, but like
he's not really human.
Like, but that's the thing is like you go watch the movies, you don't need to know that, and it wouldn't matter if you knew that. It's just like, eh. But like, you read those books, you read all the other books. I'm not even gonna try and say the names of anything. I don't know what I'm talking about, Tolkien heads. But like, there was a debate on the subreddit that I was reading, and they were like, oh, this part of him is this old, and this other part of him came into being at this point, and his actual present consciousness is coupled to the fact that blah blah blah.
What?
And I was like, what? But like, this is like the same thing. This is like, it's not just like they were just like one day poof they existed. It's like they existed as a concept. They had consciousness and had wisdom from before they even reformed into being.
That's so interesting. And what's even more interesting to me is how weak they are compared to Gojo.
Who's just human.
And even like, and when we talk about like determining someone's power level through fingers, and we say, oh, Jogo's power level is like 9 fingers.
Because of the fingers, yeah. Sukuna's thing.
Yeah, but like Sukuna would be 20 fingers. So, and if Sukuna, it's just like, how are sorcerers so much more powerful than these things that have been existing for so long? That kind of is weird to me.
Wait, if he is the manifestation of the hatred people have for each other, he is a manifestation of humans, right?
Yeah.
If they are the manifestation of people's fear for the sea or the ocean or nature or whatever, then they are manifestations of human beings.
Yeah.
So they are like by
like
literal nature, it's like human beings and then them because they're whatever. I know because I also made the statement in an earlier episode that I think this might actually just be us finding out. We're going to find out later on that this is all just like secret racism or something, like that the curses are actually fine. You know what I mean?
The curses seem like reflections of human beings.
Well, that's like what I've brought up. We're getting really long in here. We'll close out. I promise. But
Jogo would be gagged that you ranked him.
But exactly, like that's what I'm saying.
You didn't hear him in the restaurant?
And then
said we're the real humans.
Like Korra, they had the spirit world, and they're like, oh, get back in the spirit world, and then they're like, oh, that's actually bad. It's like every once in a while. No, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say every once in a while you look up and you're like, oh, we're the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
The thing we're doing is bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
that's really relatable as an American.
So like maybe that's like what we're gonna find out here with the curses. I don't know. All right,
all right.
Somebody close us out.
No, yeah, okay.
Anybody want to pray?
We're gonna end that there because we gotta actually watch something new, a new episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got more episodes to watch tonight.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
All right, yeah. See you guys. Thank you. See you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Julie's Patreon.
Yes, Julie's Patreon.
It's a secret. So if you find it and you subscribe to it and you send us evidence of that, then you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, it's blackmail.
I'll do anything. I swear. So stupid.